Hey guys, welcome to another luxury fails video because I have not done one of these in a couple of months, and with the move especially, I had like a little basket with items that I'm like, ew, I don't like these. It's Easter today, which means I'm still filming videos, but I am also simultaneously eating candy. I have this weird thing with my personality where if I get really uncomfortable, I will laugh or smile, and it is like really inappropriate for the situation. And that's kind of how I feel looking down at this pile of product that I spent way too much money on. Like I kind of start getting the giggles and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I went to Neiman Marcus and I bought all of that and it ended up being horrible. So hopefully this video will share with you my reasons why I didn't like a product and why it didn't work out for me and my taste. And if you relate to some of those, wants and needs from your makeup, then hopefully this will help you to have a better idea about a product before purchasing it. This is from Tarte. This is the Tarteist Contour Palette. And I like the idea that you get a blush and you have this kind of like yellow highlight and some bronzers. And I believe I had this in a haul and I was pretty excited to give it a go. But every time I used it, I felt like I was having a really off makeup day, like something was a little bit chalky, a little bit powdery, and the contour didn't blend the way that I wanted it to. Now, looking at this, I, again, love the idea that you have everything that you would need here. But what I find is when I'm doing my makeup for like special occasions, if I'm going to dinner or something, that's like the truth teller for me when I'm like, okay, what am I really grabbing so that I feel my best? And I would always grab my Fiona Styles contour powder. I'd grab a Makeup Geek blush. I'd set with some NARS Olympia. Like I wouldn't reach for this. It's a pass. It's a fail. I'm not picking it up enough. Could do without it. I was in a bit of a pinch. I think I was in Seattle and I really wanted eyelashes. Like I thought, oh, I don't need to pack eyelashes. It's like casual. But for me, a casual day, for the most part, still includes a little lash action. I don't know how I got there. It happened without lashes. I feel totally naked. It is the weirdest thing. I feel like, oh my gosh, like even if I like put a ton of mascara on, I still feel like something's missing. So anyway, I went to Sephora and I couldn't find any of my like Flutter lashes or, lashes that I usually order online, obviously. So in Sephora, they have their in-house brand. This is the Luxe False Lash from Sephora, and this is the Plush Lash. Which style are you? I'm not even sure. The case is kind of cool, how it's like plastic and like goes like this. And you know what? I might save the case just because I think it's great to like house other lashes, because if it's hard case for travel, it would be really good. But these lashes, if you can see how straight that is right there, they would not curve. It literally ruined my makeup. I was about to have a meltdown, even though it's just makeup, it's not that serious. The world's not ending because my eyelash didn't, glue to my lash line. But I was like trying to get it to stick down. And I'd get it to stick down, and then like one side would like boop, pop up, and then I'd fix that side, and then the inner corner would pop up. And then I ended up getting lash glue like all over my lid. Now, I consider myself a total pro with lashes. I can apply them on other people in a snap. I can apply them on myself in a snap. And if I'm having a problem with them and I wear lashes all the time, I just think anyone would have a really difficult time with those, especially if you have a very round eye shape. So just heads up, the band on those lashes, even if you wrap it around your finger for 30 seconds and try to get that bend in there, you're gonna have a problem. I had this wild idea when I was just starting out WTF, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like everyone wants to know what expensive makeup really is like and if it is worth it. And I had a gift certificate and I went to Barney's and I purchased a ton of Serge Luton. I asked, what's the most ridiculously expensive makeup? And they pointed me in that direction. And by ridiculous, I mean like $180 for a blush. Why? Why? They said it was the like couture of makeup. For me, I was like, that's ridiculous. But okay. Everyone kind of wants to know, what's the fuss? Like, is it very different? Is it not? So long story short, I bought a ton of stuff. I used up the entire gift certificate on this one makeup line. And I had this idea to do like, test out the makeup for weeks and do like the $1,000 face and like all this crazy stuff. But the products ended up all being really, really disappointing. like super disappointing and not worth the money. There's maybe one or two items that I think are okay, but that doesn't mean that they're like worth the money. Do you know what I mean? So one of the more ridiculous things that I purchased was blotting paper, $40. I don't know why. Why is this $40? It's paper. It's paper. It's not really any different than like any other blotting paper that you would purchase at the drugstore or anywhere else. So I don't really know what my deal was. Like the ingredients are really, I mean, talc, zinc oxide. It's not like it has like amazing blotting paper power. Like it's nothing that special. So that was just like throw my money into a ditch. And then this gets even worse because this bronzer is supposed to be so natural. Like that's the whole Serge Lutens thing, is that the makeup is supposed to not look like makeup. But for me, which I guess like if you want supernatural makeup, like maybe you would really like this line, but I feel like if you want supernatural makeup, don't wear it, you know, and skip out on spending $180 on a bronzer, you know what I mean? Or get like a really not so pigmented bronzer for way less money, and then you won't look like you're wearing a lot of makeup, you know? This one to me just felt really blotchy, which it feels like velvet. It really does. When you're touching it, it's like, ooh, this is so soft. But when you put it on the face, it kind of gets a little bit blotchy and it doesn't do anything super magical. And for me, I wanted to have like the best bronzing day of my life. Like I wanted like that natural bronze and for it to be totally buildable and look like it was worth $180, but it just was not. So this will go down in history. The Serge Lutens line is like the worst decision I've ever made as far as purchasing cosmetics. This is not terribly expensive in comparison to what we just talked about, but I want to let you guys know Stila brushes, they sell them online and the shape of them online is really appealing, but the handles are so, ooh, see, they're awkward. They are so long that it's just like, like it's just weird it's just a weird handle. And the bristles are super duper stiff. I would much prefer a Morphe brush over this any day of the week. I do not reach for this. It's actually in like my bad bin. I just don't even want it. So yeah, I just had to let you guys know Stila brushes are a pass. I had been monkeying around with this Lemonade eye primer from Benefit. And for me, I like the idea that it's yellow and it's brightening, but this bunches up and does not lay down on the lid flat at all. It's just kind of hard and bunchy. And that's just not what I want from an eye base. So for me, this is a pass. I love Benefit products, don't get me wrong, but this one just did not work out for me. Also, Too Faced's Shadow Insurance. This is a 24-hour anti-crease eyeshadow primer. Now, I love Too Faced, love a lot of their products. Their glitter glue, fabulous. This one, I always crease. I don't know why, but it just does not work for my eyelids. So if you have super oily eyelids, this might not be for you. For me, it just doesn't do anything. So unfortunately, it's an extra step that I don't want to take. I would rather use a bit of concealer and then powder on top and then go in with my eyeshadow than taking something like this. These right here are Lip Fusion Micro Collagen Lip Plumping Tinted Glosses. I have the shade Boca Babe and I have the shade Berry. Now, I talked about the Lip Fusion XL, and they actually have a new one that's like Lip Fusion XXL, and I am all over that. I am ordering that. I'm ordering that tonight. I love Lip Fusion as a treatment. I actually use it underneath whatever lipstick I'm going to be wearing, and it just makes your lips very full, hydrated. Over time, it makes them even more plump. It has peptides. It's just got a ton of great things in there to really make your lips look their best. If you're going to go for Lip Fusion, go for the XL, go for the silver tube. Don't go for the glosses thinking that they're going to do a ton of plumping action for you, because they really will only do a tiny bit of plumping, and the colors are fine, but really I think it's overpriced for the tint. I think you're much better off spending your cash on the actual treatment and not the glosses, because they don't really do much, in my opinion. And this goes in the what was I thinking pile because, you know, I do a lot of what's new at Sephora, what's new at Ulta, what's new at the drugstore. I'm constantly purchasing brand new makeup. And when things first launch, before there's a review online, before anyone has said anything, I'm usually that person like grabbing it right away, trying it for myself. So this one was risky because it is very pastel and whatnot. The pink shade and the darker berry shade are okay, but overall, and I think they do still have this at Sephora, overall, this Pantone Universe watercolors lip gloss set is just not worth the money. It's really attractive to look at. The colors, not really so wearable, and this is a pass. There you have it, all of the items that I think were failures for me personally, and I will continue doing these kind of videos so long as you guys enjoy them. So give this video a thumbs up and I will open up a new bin specifically for the items that I tried that just didn't work out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Mwah.